Let me check my stuff. We're about to have a little conversation while I create this smoothie. And we do this little stuff like this to hang out with each other every morning. Sometimes I might miss a morning, but for the most part, I kick it with y'all. Y'all kick it with me. Well, what's going on? Let me check my audio. That sounds like the audio is working. So, three subject matters: Max B, Rod Wave, and Sebastian Telfair. All three of these guys got lives that's been played out right now in the media, and we're gonna try to chat about their little situations. So, Rod Wave is one of those boys who pretty much really successful, and he just got arrested after winning the Grammy. So he got some problems that he's dealing with because he was dealing with drugs. Obviously, he got a drug problem, and they're starting to attack him now. You know, people go through shit. You know, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody got it perfect or a perfect person. But you know, obviously, if you doing shit and going through stuff, and that's gonna make the police and all them arrest you, you got to start getting smart because you're gonna be sitting down. And just that segues really quickly into Sebastian Telfair, who is an actual NBA legend. He played in the game. He's such a success story. Made it from New York, Coney Island, in the bricks, the streets. He made it out. And all three of those guys got three segments in their life that kind of intersect. But it's crazy about how you could make money to that level and still find yourself getting locked up, getting set down. And it really, oh, wait. Am I live? I gotta make sure I hit the right button. I think I did though. I normally do. Let's go see, because I see the letter up there saying live. But normally, you know, guys like them, you have to use your smarts. And that's really, yeah, public. Okay, cool, we say public. Bet. So you have to use your smarts because like Max B. Now Max B's situation is really intriguing. He is a rapper and he was a playboy. You know, girls like him. He, you know, he running up the game. It's early 11, 12, 2011, 12, and he get caught up with a female who he dating. So he dating some chick and he convinces her to rob this guy. So she says, yo, I want you to, he says to his girlfriend, because she knows this basketball player, or whoever he was, some rich nigga, drug dealing kind of guy, or whatever. And he's like, yo, this dude got money. So in the courtroom, they saying that he convinced her to go and get the guy and holler at him, talk to him. You know, basically he sicked his girl on this guy. So his girl good with the guy. She talked to him, she make him feel good and all that. They go to the hotel. But he got like a cousin who a hard head, he a hard rock. And anything go down, his crazy ass might do some shit. So he goes to the fucking crib with her and to the guy's hotel room and they trick him. Now he in there with another female at the time. So he don't even expect them to come there. So they get to the hotel and they convince him to open the door. He don't want to open the door. He actually in the hotel sleep. The girl opened the door because they knocking on the door like, hey, hey. But she in there, she kind of nervous, but you know, she let him in. So when she let him in, they come into the hotel, they got the bangers up, they put it on him, and then the guy still sleep while they telling the girl, get in the bathroom. So the girl get in the bathroom, and they holding the pistol at his head. The man wake up and he see his girl, the girl who he just was dating, which is Max B girlfriend, in his hotel again. And she got a dude with him with a gun. And shorty like, nigga, we finna take everything in this bitch. So eventually they got the gun on the guy and the guy's in there. And eventually they call another dude over, somebody else with money. And he comes to the hotel not knowing that they being robbed. And when he get there, he's sitting in the hotel like surprised that they called him to a place where he's gonna get robbed. But he thinking on some hero mindset. This is all alleged, but it happened. So he jumps in front of the camp. He jumps in front of the gun and be like, y'all ain't finna rob shit. And then that's when the gun accidentally go off and they shoot the man in the face or the chest, either the face or the chest. So he died. So now they going down for murder. They go on a run. The police catch them in like a week, couple of days, whatever long. They get locked up. So after they get locked up, now they sitting back like, damn, pop their ass, go and sat down. So the girl, she scared. Obviously, she gonna trick, she gonna tell. So she tell immediately who told her to do this, and it was him, her boyfriend, which is Max B. So now she could be lying. And that's the thing about this crime shit. This broad could be fucking lying. But the white people came and got Max B and locked his ass the fuck up. And so he gone off of this girl saying that he basically put her up to going to do this shit. Now, did he actually do it? We don't know. But he did. They gave him 75 years at first. And so now he locked up for 75 years all about his girlfriend saying that he put her up to going to go try to freak these dudes. And when they get over there to freak him, his little wild ass cousin shoot the nigga before they could finish the robbery. So the dude dead. So now they on the run for murder. And what ultimately happened is Max B goes to get caught and they get him 75 years. And he end up going to jail. The girl only get like about 7 years. And the cousin who shot the gun, Max B little cousin, he got life in prison. So Max B was locked up since like 2011 or something like that. And he did 16 straight years, no getting out. And the people held him. You know what I'm saying? So he basically was able to get the 75 years taken back. So then they gave him like 20 years after he fought it. And so he was able to get that 20 years. I think they call it the post-conviction. And he was able to get that shit up to 20 years. So then after 20 years, he did 16 in upstate New York. And so finally he walked up out of there and now he free. But real life, that's a long time because his kids is grown now. Like if you see the video, you see his kids running up. They're adults. They not even babies no more. They fucking grown as hell. And they ran up on him and hugging their father and shit. Big. He looked smaller than his son. Like his son had to scoot down and hug his daddy. Like, hey, dad. Like you basically just miss seeing your kids being raised all because of what somebody said, whether it was a lie or not. Because again, the girl could have been lying. She could have been thinking like, I'm finna go to jail. I need to just throw somebody's name in this shit. And she just threw his name in it. She said, Max B is my boyfriend, and he the one who told me to do this robbery. And so the white people was just like, all right, that's it. That's a witness against you. See, sometimes in America, they don't need nothing but a witness against you. It don't even matter if they lying. And that's really fucked up. But if a person come into court and they just say you did some shit and stick to their story, like they say they did this and they stick to the story, you got to have you a good ass motherfucking way to defend yourself, or you need some good lawyers, or they just gonna lock you up anyway because the person is coming to court standing tall against you. And it's like, well, who we gonna believe? Him or her? Or him or them? And then you sitting your ass in jail like, I can't believe these motherfuckers lied on me. But this how it go, you know what I'm saying? So Max B got hit up for 75 years, whether the girl was lying or not. So they gave him the time. It didn't matter if she was lying. So he in jail and saying so. But what made Max B so important to the hip hop world is that they had been saying for years since he got locked up that he was coming home. So every few months you would hear, oh, Max B coming home. Max B coming home. Every few years, Max B coming home. And then you ended up having to Google it like, damn, I thought he got 75 years. And then you realize, oh, he got the years taken back, but they still held him. He didn't get out right away. So the girl, whoever got him locked up, she didn't stay in there that long. You know, she stayed in there for a minute and then she got out. You know what I'm saying? But Max B got stuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see a lot of people talking about him right now, because nobody really know if he did that or not. And again, it's just like you talking to somebody on the phone. You could tell somebody, what? They got money? Shit, you should rob that nigga. And that don't mean you telling her to actually go do it. It's just a conversation y'all having. But in her mind, she could look at that and say, he told me to go rob her. And now the police want to come and investigate you or talk to you. That's really about association. You know this person. So now they can put you in some shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though you might not necessarily be the one who spearheaded the idea or even told that person to do something, they just know you. So since they know you, they could do this dumb shit, which got you locked up. So it's crazy how that went down, man. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So, but we all had to deal with our own actions and the people we know, and we got to deal with how we run with them, because that's really what that's all about. You know what I'm saying? But he been home now. You saw Max B at the game, the Giants game. They lost to the Bears, of course. And you see him, you know what I'm saying, trying to do his life, trying to kick it, trying to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Does it mean he going to ever get back into some trouble again, or is he going to be free from that type of shit? That's kind of like something to be determined. You know, nobody know the future. You know what I'm saying? But I do know his boy, because he was running with Mac. He was running with French Montana. And then French Montana he was just like a regular dude. He didn't really have a lot of rap out there. And then since Max B been gone, French Montana then became a multi-billion-dollar fucking artist. He was signed to Diddy. So, you know, Diddy locked up now. And I don't know if French Montana's still signing him, but he's probably gonna have to get off that label because he locked up. It's like Diddy in jail. So it's like we can't run my corporation as an art group if you in jail, Diddy. So I think that Max B, if he ain't already got off of Diddy, he gonna be leaving Diddy's label. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't continue to be up under Diddy with Diddy locked up. That's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? And Max B gonna have a chance to really put music out there because his boy rich. His boy is rich. Your homie, you went to jail, but now your homie dumbass rich. You ain't really got too many problems to think about. Like your boy rich as fuck. And he fuck with you. He ain't no homie who got rich and then he like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I don't like him no more. You know what I mean? Or he bougie now and the money that made him change on you. Fresh Montana ain't on that. He rocking with Max B. So that means Max B will have a chance to get paid in the music industry and shit because all they got to do is make some songs. You know, people don't believe that, you know, you could do that again. Like, oh, man, he ain't going to be able to get back in the industry no more. He got locked up. It don't work like that. You got hot music, you back in the game with a split second. It does not work like that. Music is all about fun. So if you can make people have fun, it don't matter what critics are saying. It don't matter what other people talking about. If you make your audience members have fun, they're going to support your music. You know what I mean? You make the party happen, you know what I mean? And then people just enjoy you or enjoy your sound, your music gonna rock out. It don't matter what nobody say. Even if the big wigs don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But if you got somebody like French Montana and y'all ain't had no songs in a minute, y'all never really got a chance to do y'all music, French been waiting to do music with his homie, then that's gonna be a leverage that somebody can't stop. Because I think he'll be able to really fuck him up with that. This is my smoothie. And old boy Sebastian Telfair, man. No, Rod Wave, man. What's wrong with dude, man? You just got a Grammy and you trying to sit your ass up and go to jail, man. Like, what's really up with dude, man? You that slow? Like, damn, man, the boy gonna get all that money and gonna find himself in jail. How? How, man? What they say? How, Sway? I don't understand them.
Back here at home, Grammy-nominated rapper
Listen to
Rod
this.
Wave, he was arrested in Atlanta on Friday on drug and weapons charges. Police say the rapper, whose real name is Radarius Green, he was taken into custody just hours.
What's wrong with you, boy?
Being nominated for his very first Grammy Award. This isn't. He was also arrested last May in Atlanta on 13 charges, including aggravated assault. We've reached out to Atlanta police to get more information about this latest arrest.
He ain't the brightest. So now you getting caught with guns after being nominated. Come on, man. Where's your brain? They don't want the money, though. I think the drugs make their brain tweak out. The drugs make their brain tweak out because you ain't thinking right. You ain't got your faculties all together because you staying high. And you traveling, you barely sleeping, you barely eating right. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get some from a chick, you know what I'm saying, you barely gonna know her because you rolling around. So he ain't thinking with all his faculties right now because you know you staying high. And he could be staying high to make the music because the music is how you make the money. So if you made one of your songs and you was getting high while you made your song, and then your song is super successful, you're gonna go back to that remedy and be like, oh, I gotta get high, man. Let me get some motherfucking dope and shit and go in the studio and make my music. But then if you riding around after the studio with the dope in your pocket, your ass gonna go to jail. So it's like sometimes when you get rich to their level, you still gotta know how to move. Like you could tell they not from the streets, they not hood niggas because you wouldn't know not to jump in the car with your damn drugs. That wouldn't give a fuck where you had to go. You ain't jumping in the car with that shit. Plus, you're a multi-millionaire. You would throw that shit away. Like, I got to ride somewhere. Toss that shit the fuck away and go buy some more. So that lets you know either they ain't rich or they just dumb as hell. Because why would you jump in the car with your drugs? You just believe in, this is the slowness of being an addict. You thinking like, I ain't finna get pulled over. I'm gonna make it. Nigga, they pulling everybody over. And now you in the car with a big name and shit, and now you gotta be a drug head. That's how everybody gonna look at you and shit. They don't know that. Maybe they wanna be known as drug heads, cause that's how people gonna see you. So Rod Wave is basically a fucking addict, and he can't fight back because he on the tours and riding around. He ain't really had a chance to sit back. This shit too milky, man. I like my shit thicker than this. So let me drink something down and put some ice in it. See if I can thicken it up by putting some ice in it. But yeah, so they want to put themselves in jail and get themselves locked up for nothing. Because white boy is going to give you just what you're asking for. You want to do high, get high? You're going to be getting high in jail. You know, you want to dope out? You're going to be getting doped out in jail. And that's on them. If that's, you're going to sacrifice your freedom and sacrifice your happiness to get doped out. Because all you're going to do is get in jail. And it's going to force you to sober up. You ain't going to have no choice. Which brings me to Sebastian Telfair, who was a young man, made millions of dollars in the NBA, just to go sit his ass in prison right now. He locked up. Mr. Dummy. Not too bright is how you got to look at him. He made it to the NBA doing what he loved. Then he get caught up in a scandal trying to steal money from the government. He get caught up right in a scandal. And not the government, but from his basketball squads, the owners. So just like at any job, you could tell them that you're sick. But when you tell them you're sick, his stupid ass and a bunch of other niggas like him, they go to the doctor and tell the doctor that they sick. And so when they get to the doctor and say, Doc, I'm sick, they don't show up to go do the actual meeting with the doctor. But it's your job. So instead of them going to the meeting with the doctor, they just don't show up. But these are white companies. So white people talk to each other. This is what they couldn't figure out. So they like, hey, did you see Sebastian? Mr. Telfair? He's supposed to be over there right 3. I gave him a referral. And them niggas don't show up. So now it's like, well, why the fuck he ain't show up? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay. Just set it to the side. And you do that 4 or 5 times because they going to pay you. Every time you got to go see the doctor, they going to pay you. It's like, oh, shit, you can't be at work. Okay, well, you still get your check. You might just get 85% of it, whatever. You ain't even doing your job by showing up and being at the job and shit. You talking about some, you sick. And they got shit like that at jobs that if you really are sick, you ain't got to come back. You could take time off at a job. It's like that. You know, even in the NBA. You know, it's like, oh, you got an injury? Okay, you ain't got to come to work then. You still get your check. But that's really conniving. That ain't really how it's supposed to go. You ain't supposed to be doing no shit like that. You supposed to be going there playing. But these niggas is snaking. They snaking. Somebody told them that shit. Like, yo, this what you do when you get in the NBA, man. You just go in there and tell them you sick. You're going to get 6 weeks off. They going to pay you. And they just thought about it. Okay, hell yeah, that shit sounds smooth. I ain't got to work. I ain't got to do shit. That's free money. I'm getting that check. But again, this is white people money. So they going to see you and be like, oh, so y'all just think y'all going to get free dough. Nah, that's why they got locked up. That's why he in the pen right now. And then he didn't turn himself in. You know, when they lock you up and all that shit, you got to turn yourself in and, you know, come to the building and do all that shit. You know, he didn't do that. So now they on his ass even harder. Like, what the fuck? He ain't finished his community service. Sebastian Telfair did whatever the fuck he wanted to do. He ain't finished his community service. He ain't do the job. So he basically a snake ass nigga. So you're gonna basically get money off the job for free. You know, you're gonna scam them. Then you're gonna fuck around and then not even do the crime. Cause you know, you doing stealing money shit. That's like 8-9 years. They gave this nigga like 6 months. So that's why he living back in the projects in New York now. because he gave all that money up, and I know he thinking to himself like, if I got like $100,000 left in the bank, I'm gonna need that money when I get my ass home. I don't need to be spending all that damn money on rent and shit between now and that time frame that they let me out. So he like, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for this shit now. I'm gonna go ahead and pay my money up to have me a crib, but it's not gonna be an expensive crib. He can afford a crib while if your family live in the projects while you in jail, you can afford that. The rent was like $60 a month. You know what I'm saying? You got to just pay for that for your kids. They go to school. They ain't got much. They ain't have, but you already had them living in a lap of luxury. So they just got to basically go down for a minute. He got to do like about 6 months or whatever in jail. Then he get out, probably do some interviews and a podcast and shit like that and get some money built back up. But at the end of the day, he still got to go sit in jail though. So that was really stupid of Sebastian Telfair. He was kind of like not the smartest nigga in the room. And then you see having baby mamas. He said he only got caught with a joint. But it's like, you in the NBA. To me, it's like, it's hard now. Don't get me wrong. It's hard, but you ain't supposed to be smoking weed and all that shit. You supposed to get that out your system or just be telling the NBA straight up, like, man, I get high as hell, man. I can't fucking do this shit. Just come with it and be like, man, I get high. You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to sabotage themselves, and they don't want to be they don't want to be the reason why they get kicked out the NBA. So I think that was his problem. He didn't want to be his own reason, so he didn't say shit. And then when they do the drug test, the police pull you over, they find out your ass on drugs. Now you can't come back to the NBA. That happened to one of my buddies I grew up with. He did the same thing. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but he got caught up. And them people was on his back about drug use in the NBA, and there's nothing he could do about it. As soon as he did the drug test and all that shit, he was failing it, and the white folks like, you can't come back. And he like, what? It's like, damn. Was making money and shit, eating, having a lifestyle, buying cars, and then you can't stop getting high. So that's really like the major issue. If you think of all three of these guys' lives, they all got that same thing in common. They was getting high. From Rod Wave, who's exceptionally talented and got the money. What was he doing? Getting high. Then you look at Sebastian Telfair, complete NBA phenom, making money, living. What was his ass doing? Getting high. Then you look at motherfucking Rod Wave. No, Max B. He up here chilling, got a girl. She a snake. She a foul bitch. She get his ass locked up, talking about he told her to do a robbery. What? You a whole grown ass person. Nobody told you to do shit. But since he black, since he a rapper, white people said somebody is coming against you, somebody is filing a situation against you. That's good enough for us. White people like, that's good enough. We ain't got to argue with her. Shit, she said you did it. Your ass did it. She said back like, man, I ain't did nothing. But it's too late because you got this witness against you. This female who's supposed to be a friend, right? And they said she just a friend. Nope. She ain't your damn friend. Complete snake trying to get your ass locked, and he got locked. Simple as that. Got locked. But I get up. Hey, I get my smoothie, baby. All right. I like a lot of ice in my smoothies. That's a whole fact. I like a couple of ice cubes in my smoothie. And I like to do the smoothies in the morning because it's a little bit more refreshing. And sometimes I don't be want to eat nothing, but that hunger kick in so hard. It's like, if I eat solid foods, I'm just going to go my ass back to sleep like a baby. So I try not to do that. What's that? What's that right there? That's them chicken? Yeah, that's this chicken. Yeah, I'll put that like that. So we got 3 black dudes that put themselves in jail over their own stupidity. And it's like a sight to see. Who's going to be the winner out of this scenario? Other than you, for watching this video, I say Max B. He going to be the winner. Because he's free now. he get a chance to do a life that he always had dreamt about. He missed his 30s. He missed some more of his 20s. So now he get to have a lifestyle that he never would have had. You know, obviously he missed. So it's like, let me go ahead and just try to experience this shit now. So I think Sebastian Telfair probably be the next guy who will win in this scenario because he's already in jail. So all he got to really do is just finish up his sentence, and then he'll be coming home. He in there with Diddy too, so that's fucked up. They were both in Fort Dix, and that was so funny when I heard that they had Diddy in a place called Fort Dix. I said, these white people don't play with your ass, boy. They make sure you lose your legacy. So you a freak, you do kinky, okay, cool. Put your ass in Fort Dix. I said, what the fuck? That shit was so funny to me. I said, but that's what he put himself in that scenario where they make the people believe that he one way, and another time behind the scenes he's another way, and they like, yeah, we know what's up with you, dude. So I thought that was hilarious, but you know, it is what it is. No cap about it, but it is what it is. So that's all I got for this smoothie. I'm gonna eat my smoothie and I'm gonna be back on live at around 12 o'clock with a blackout rage. So watch the beginning of this video or the end of this video and you'll see one of my clips that you can watch after this video. All right, peace, y'all.